The Allama Iqbal Open University was also asked to prepare programs for adult education that would be aired on radio and television. Again, trying to use existing facilities within the country to try and rise the rate of literacy in the nation. Through these ventures, it was seen, or hoped at least, that in 1992 the literacy rate would reach 35%, and by 2010 it would be 100%. Obviously, we are far from that 100% target even today. A lot more needs to be done, and a lot more should be convened, especially today with technology the way it is. And I think subsequent governments should also focus on adult education. Subsequent governments, unfortunately, have focused only heavily on higher education. Primary education, secondary education, adult education also need to be brought into this realm so that literacy rates can rise the way we hoped they would rise. Women education was seen as important. Girls needed to be in schools and colleges and even universities, and women education is important for any nation, as Abraham Lincoln said. When you educate a man, you educate an individual only, one person. But when you educate a woman, you are actually educating the whole family. So, educating the woman is critical. The girl child, the educating of the girls in schools, colleges, and universities, professional, technical, general, whatever form, was seen as important. We have seen women education stressed in previous policies also, but again, we need to target the implementation. We are good at making policies. We need to be equally good at implementing those policies, focusing on results, expecting results, and wanting results. Only then will our policies be successful. So women education was seen as important, will be stressed again in the 78 policy. What about its implementation? To educate girls, 5,000 Mohalla schools would be opened. Now, we understand culturally and traditionally, we don't allow our young girls to go far from home. So, the 78 policy decided to open a number of Mohalla schools within the local communities where these families were residing, so that the girls did not have to travel long distances or move far away from their homes to get to schools. 10% increase in the number of girls getting admission in educational institutions will be made. A very modest target at best. 10% increase. Really, with 5,000 Mohalla schools being opened, a 10% increase seems small. But even if that 10% increase was targeted, was worked upon, and you achieved it, I think personally it's a step in the right direction. And then you can make it a further 10%, a further 10%, and over time, all our young girls would be going to schools and colleges. Post-graduation classes for women will be started. Now, women were given education in schools and colleges. Some made it to universities, maybe at the bachelor's level, and with the private system of education where you can study at home and sit for an exam. Well, what about postgraduate level? At the postgraduate level, women should also be included, and what was to be done about it? Women working in villages were to get residence facilities. If people were asked to leave, particularly women, to go to other areas, to go to villages and work even as teachers, they had to be provided a safe place to stay. Only then would some women get permission to leave homes. Otherwise, no woman was going to get any permission to leave home and go and work in a village, even as a teacher. So women education was seen as important in the 78 policy. Also, we shall see soon its implementation.